have made Reynolds.
Wilbur.
Wilbur Oval made a full strike.
And
1903.
I love.
I love my Rebels. So now I did it so good. Annie Edson Taylor. I am a poor school teacher from Michigan. Since I needed money, I had an idea. What if I went down the Niagara Falls in a bill on my 63rd birthday? I went down the Niagara Falls in a 4-foot wooden barrel. On the barrel had water to clean up the mist on it. I had my long dress on and my big hat. With me, I had my lucky heart pumping with me. With me, I had my lucky heart battle with me. I was in the barrel for 17 minutes. It crashed down in Niagara Falls and I was the first person to go over Niagara Falls in a barrel. I don't think anyone else would do it because it was scary. Here's me going over the Niagara Falls in a barrel. Give me my big hat and hand me my long dress. My name is Maurice Belterini. I'm a 23-year-old woman from Italy. I was born on July 7th, 1853. I was the first and only woman to ever cross Niagara Falls on a tightrope. My first crossing was on July 8th, 1876, and I crossed over the rapidly flowing Niagara River 5 times. During my crossings, if I were to fall, I knew I wouldn't come out alive because one person fell to his death while walking across Niagara Gorge at night. Another inexperienced walker had to slide down his safety rope, so I knew I had a good chance of falling. One time in Argentina, I survived a fall riding a bicycle across a high wire. Each time I crossed Niagara River, I walked from Canada to the U.S. I always wear unique costumes on my crossings. On some of my acts, I walk backwards, wore peach baskets on my feet and hands, walk blindfolded, or I walk with chains on my feet and hands to add drama to my act. I crossed near the Niagara Suspension Bridge filled with men, women, and children watching me. I walked on a 2.5-inch steel cable. With my grace and ease, I always make my stunts look easy. My life and death remained somewhat of a mystery. Some people thought I was crazy for crossing Niagara Falls on a tightrope, and some people thought I was brave. Do you think I was crazy, or do you think I was brave? Brave.
My name is Abraham Lincoln. I was born on February 12th, 1809, in one-room log cabin in Kentucky. My parents were Tom and Nancy Lincoln. I was named after my grandpa, who was shot by Indians. When I was 9 years old, my mother died. A year later, my father married Sarah Bruce Johnson. When I was a young man, I was a shopkeeper and was a postmaster. I taught myself law, and later I became a lawyer. I had 4 sons, Robert, Edward, William, and Thomas. A little girl named Grace Whitmore. She asked if I could grow a beard, and later on I did grow a beard. I am 6 feet and 4 inches tall. I moved to Illinois when I was 21, and Springfield became my hometown. In New Orleans, it was my first time to see a slave market. I felt awful seeing it. I tried to run for Senate against Stephen Douglas, and I lost. But I wanted to become president, and I ran against the same man. But this time I won. I became the 16th president on March 4th, 1861. I was sad that the North and South were fighting. The South wanted to form their own country, but the North thought the states couldn't live in the United States. This was all because of slavery. I knew the U.S. must be made one great nation or it would become weak. The Civil War lasted 4 years. I led the war to keep this country united. I was glad the Civil War ended. Robert E. Lee surrendered and the North won the Civil War. I was proud we stayed one powerful country. 150 years ago, during the play at Ford's Theater, I got shot by John Wilkes Booth, who was an actor. I died the next morning, in 1865, only 6 days after the Civil War ended. Some people call me Honest Abe or Father Abe. A few men have ever had the wisdom and courage in me. I was one of the greatest Americans to ever live. Some say I was the greatest president, too. Thank you for listening to my life story.
My name is Booker T. Washington. I was born in 1865 in a one-room cabin. My family were all slaves. When I was a little boy, my favorite day of the week was Sunday because my mom would bring home molasses every Sunday. Once I saw my mom praying that Lincoln would be successful so that slaves could be free. My stepfather worked for another slave owner far away. He ran away to fight for the Union Army. After the Civil War, my family moved to West Virginia. I worked in a salt mine. The bills had the numbers on them. My number was number 18. I couldn't read, but I closed my eyes and I learned the number 18. My mom found the blue bag speller for me. I was very happy because I had my first book, but I still didn't know how to read. I taught myself to read because there were no schools for black people. A teacher came to town, and on the first day of school, the teacher asked me my last name. I said Washington. None of the slaves had last names, so I had to make up my own last name. When I was 15 years old, I went to a school in Virginia called Hampton. One of my teachers taught me how to read the Bible. I spent 3 years at Hampton. It was hard work, but I liked it. A town in Alabama wanted to start a school. They asked me to do it. It was a hard job because I was only 24 years old. There was no blackboard, no supplies, and even no school building. The first school at Tuskegee was in a shed. The roof was bad, and there were holes in the roof, so one of my students had to hold the umbrella over my head when it rained. I bought some farmland for a big school at Tuskegee. Since there were trees everywhere, the students and I had to clear the land. We tried to build a schoolhouse with bricks. We had to dig for clay for our bricks and then started making the bricks. It didn't work, and the teacher said, "Let's give up." And the students grumbled, but the next time it worked. My school kept growing and growing with more students. So we had to keep building more buildings. My first Christmas at Tuskegee, I taught my students what the true meaning of Christmas was really about. I was all students to make speeches, and I was afraid, but I did it anyway. I always tell the teachers at Tuskegee, make the students love work. Don't make them run away from work. Sometime you should come to my school and see it in Tuskegee.